Welcome to Cumberland Healthcare's groundbreaking ceremony. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming to this event. We really appreciate it. In fact, we had some people from out of town as far away as New York, and a couple came up from Madison, and so we really appreciate you coming here to this event. This is a big event for us. This is really special. This is probably the biggest project Cumberland Healthcare has ever done, and maybe it's the biggest one they'll ever do, but this project started out, just a little brief history. Back in 2016 at a board retreat, a decision was made to build a new hospital. So what did that mean back then? Well, we really started working on it. And in 2018, we received approval from USDA for a loan. So that really got the ball going. And then we hired Wendell Architect. And here we are today. Fast forwarding today, we're kicking off this project. So just some facts about the project. And back in 2016, we purchased 65 acres of property. So the hospital will be kind of in that backdrop there. And it goes all the way to, I guess this whole field here is our goal was to make it into a healthcare campus eventually, starting with a clinic and hospital. So that's going to be the main part of the campus here. And it's going to be about 98,000 square feet. The project will be financed by USDA, Compeer Bank, which is the lead bank, Cumberland Federal, and Johnson Bank. So just a big thank you. I mean, these projects just don't happen without a lot of involvement. So I just wanted to recognize some of the key individuals that were involved in making this a reality. First of all, our board of directors. Many of them are here today, but again, this wouldn't happen without the work and vision of the board of directors of Cumberland Healthcare. Many of them were there back in 2016 when this decision was made, and they're here today. So thank you for the board of directors for your vision and the ability to make this a reality. The other one I want to thank is just the leadership team on working on this. Many of you here are here today too. In particular, Bob, Angie, Dr. Carlson was key, and Tim, Mike Crotto. These were literally hundreds of hours of meetings that we had over the last several years in planning this. Kelly Quick Hansen for planning this event. Again, these things just don't happen. She worked tirelessly for the last week and a half putting this together. USDA, we have representatives here from USDA, again, very key in making this a reality. Compeer Bank, Todd, and there's no way we could have done this without Todd's persistent pushing us, especially this last couple of weeks. Todd, you did a great job and kept things moving along. Wendell Architects, Dave Kimball in particular, we worked with right from the beginning, and they did a wonderful job on the design of this. Our dedicated providers, again, we have Cumberland Healthcare. Actually, within the last couple of years, we hired 5 new providers, which is for a small rural hospital, that's incredible. So we're very appreciative to have them as part of this. I want to thank Darlene and Bob Paffel for letting us use the parking lot. We're going to be neighbors, and that's awesome of you guys to do that. Volunteers, we have a number of volunteers. I wish we could have had more, but just the parking on this street was a little bit limited, so we do have the volunteer board here, so thank you for coming. Dave Armstrong, Janet Bewley, Bert Skinner, our politicians are key in this also. And then Ann Zink from the Wisconsin Hospital Association is here. Again, without these individuals, I don't think we'd be here today. So thank you, everyone. Round of applause, please. All right, thanks again. So a couple speakers. We'll go through these speakers, and then we'll do a little bit of a shovel ceremony on the back. We just have the different groups that will be photographed in the shovels. So first speaker, Todd Kampa, he's with Compeer Bank, and he's the lead bank in this project, so I asked him to say a couple words. Todd, are you? Oh, there you are.
I'm Todd Kampa from Compeer Financial, a senior financial officer at the bank. I want to start off by congratulating Mike and Angie and the board for all the dedication and hard work that went into the planning for this project and in getting to this milestone. I'm sure it'll be exciting to see the construction getting started and to watch how the development of the facility progresses from week to week. The financing for this project is a great example of a public-private partnership whereby the government partners with private financial institutions to provide the funding for construction. It has been a collaborative effort, and I want to thank the United States Department of Agriculture, CoBank, Cumberland Federal Bank, and Johnson Bank for their involvement in this project. We at Compeer look forward to working with each of you. At Compeer Financial, we are committed to agriculture and rural America. Providing funding for projects like this is an important part of Compeer's mission. These facilities are such an important part of the rural communities they serve. The new hospital will be a great asset for the community and will provide local residents with high-quality health care for many years to come. Thank you.
All right, next, Lisa Paulson from USDA.
Papers don't go away and then I'll just be all stumbling around. I'm Lisa Paulson from USDA Rural Development Community Programs Specialist, and on behalf of our acting state director Michelle Wallace, I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this day with everyone. Under the leadership of the administration and Secretary Tom Vilsack, Rural Development's vision is to bring economic development and rural prosperity to our wonderful state. We are committed to rural America by creating prosperity and improving the quality of life. This project encompasses many of our priorities, with bringing in infrastructure to improve the quality of life, the patients that will utilize the campus, the partnerships between all the key players that made this happen, and the innovative technology that will enhance the patient and technical staff review experience. Helping rural communities provide easy access to quality health care is an important emphasis at USDA Rural Development. Access to this care is critical for rural residents and the communities in which they reside. We are excited to assist our partners in this project and community and know that your work on this facility will have positive impacts on northwestern Wisconsin for generations to come. And with that, congratulations and thank you all for allowing USDA Rural Development to be your partner, because with your partnership and ongoing support of our programs, we wouldn't be able to improve the health care opportunities for rural residents and communities such as this. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
By the way, we ordered the nice weather, but not the mosquitoes, so I guess you can't have both. Next, Dave Armstrong. Again, we value the representatives that represent us and really help with healthcare. Wisconsin's probably one of the best states I've ever worked in, where we work very well with our politicians, and just to make it, regardless of the party, we all want what's best for our citizens. So thank you, Dave, and if you would say a few words.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Mike. I want to first congratulate Mike, the board, all the financing partners, and USDA for getting the job done. I hate the term politician. This is my first term, so I'm still getting used to that. I want to talk, I guess, real quick about kind of two areas. First of all, from the political side, this is great. I appreciate the longevity of looking forward here, because in today everything seems to be knee-jerk reactions, where what this is going to do, this will save us healthcare in rural America for the next 50 years, for generations. From the economic development side, I worked on this project early with Lisa's predecessor, and so I'm glad to see it come to fruition. I'm looking forward to the campus here and what else we can get sited here, and I know it's a part of the overall theme of Cumberland's expansion and their economic development. So thank you.
Next, our architect, Dave Kimball. Worked with Dave from day one on this project, so we know each other pretty well. So thank you, Dave, for everything.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Again, I'm Dave Kimball, representing Wendell. I think Wendell, both architects, engineers, and Wendell Master Builder, and it's a privilege to be here. I feel like it's almost like a wedding day where you're kind of sending something off and forward that's going to last a really long time. And it's been a bit of a time since we started, as Mike said, but it's been great. And the amount of involvement from all the departments, all of the hours that have been spent supporting this, what's going to happen here, is incredible. So again, very privileged to be here. And as a matter of fact, some of you may not know, I've had the privilege for about 20 years working with Cumberland Healthcare, going way back. So I feel like I'm amongst friends. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Dave. Is Janet Bewley here? Oh, yes, there you are. Sorry, I didn't see you. And another one of us, I won't call you a politician, but representatives, Janet Bewley, very supportive of Cumberland and is no stranger to Cumberland. I know you're at our volunteer luncheon a couple years ago, and we appreciate all your support for healthcare too. So if you want to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone, and it is a pleasure to be here. I'm absolutely thrilled, just thrilled that this event is finally here. So much work and the heartfelt dedication of so many facets of our society, from the people who live here in the Cumberland area and in Barron County and beyond, the medical staff who has been committed to good care for people in all aspects of life, whether it is in treatment or prevention or therapy, for all of the people who understand and appreciate the significance, the linchpin sort of role that healthcare plays in our communities, to the number of businesses that have supported this effort, to the volunteers, the wonderful volunteers, and the many, many people who are behind the scenes in showing just what healthcare can mean to a community. As I look around the northern part of the state that I have the pleasure of representing, we see that in many cases some of the resources that the people who live up here just don't get beyond 29 or 8 or any of the east-west roads that sort of divide us from the rest of the state. But in a community, there will be a hospital, a health care resource that will give rise to so many other entities that need that linchpin. They need that critical access hospital in order to have the capacity to support assisted living, therapists, nursing homes, to be able to support the people who want to move into the area and see this as a place where they want to live and work, because they know there's going to be a resource for their behavioral health, for their treatment, whether it is something minor or big and scary. They can get help here. This is the place that's going to give them what they need and prevent so many people from having to leave the area to get the kind of surgery they'd like to have nearby, or the kind of experience in giving birth that they'd like to have here. These are the things that we know this facility is going to be able to provide. It truly makes a difference in the ability to live and work and heal and thrive right here in Cumberland and in Barron County. So thank you for letting me be a part of your joy and your celebration. Thank you for letting me be a part of those ongoing conversations that are going to be necessary to utilize this facility, to bring as many people as possible to its doors, to allow the people who live and work here to have a great way of life and ways to stay healthy. And thank you to the entire community for playing a part in that. Thank you.
All right, next, Bert Skinner, our very own Bert Skinner, is going to say a few words. Thanks, Bert. Thanks for coming.
First of all, I don't consider myself a politician. I consider myself a local. So with that being said, I just want to, I think, why repeat everything, but personally, I'd like to, all the meetings we had with Mike, Angie, Bob, Tim Gagner, Lisa, we've had several meetings over the last few years discussing this project out here. So I just again want to thank, and I think Senator Bewley nailed it by saying, you know, the hospital is really maybe one of the top things that a community would have to offer, you know, the health and care of their local citizens and the area residents. Without that being here, I don't know the growth of Cumberland where we'd be. And with that, this area here being developed, it will hopefully in the near future put progress to the north with the services that the city will be able to provide. And that in turn will help the hospital with their payback for their expenses building at this site. So I really want to, and I'm only going to talk because everything has been covered, and I did yield without objection. They yielded without objection for my time to speak, Senator Bewley and Senator Armstrong. But I just want a couple things. I'm glad that you have this here. If any of you with the mosquitoes need a transfusion, it's right here. And also this new project, I think Doc Carlson and Doc Lingen, this walk to work. I think one of the things now with, you know, they can have a little, finish a little bit more of their coffee because of their distance being to this location from where they live. And we will provide services for Doc Lingen and Doc Carlson in the future with our water and sewer if you so wish. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Bert. All right, next, Ann Zink from the Wisconsin Hospital Association's here. Glad to have you up from Madison, I believe, and thanks for all the work that you do with the Hospital Association. The other states where I've worked, I don't think we get the support that we do here in Wisconsin from the Wisconsin Hospital Association. I think it's better than it's ever been, and they really pay attention to rural health care and the needs of the rural community, not just the big cities. So thanks, Ann. If you want to say a few words.
Sure. I might have to move this. Hello, everyone. I'm Ann Zank. I'm the Senior Vice President of Workforce and Clinical Practice for the Wisconsin Hospital Association. We represent over 135 hospitals and health systems across our great state. And we're proud of every single one of them, but nowhere more so than in Cumberland today as you embark on this great journey to the future of healthcare. You're making a huge investment in your community, and I can see that you've got a lot of support from the groups of folks that are here. And it's an investment that's necessary and it's going to pay off in great healthcare and bring great healthcare professionals to this community in the years to come. So congratulations, Mike, and all your supporters.
Thanks, Ann. All right, like I mentioned, got to turn that up a little bit, maybe more for Matt for the next speaker. I got to mention the board of directors again for having the vision of the future of healthcare in Cumberland. So if you want to come up, Matt, and say a few things, we really appreciate all that you guys do for us. Make our jobs easy. So thank you for the board of directors.
Thank you. I do have to go up, well.
Probably need to bend down.
Yeah, that I just hot mic it there. So. Yeah, so those of you who don't know, my name's Matt Gores, chairman of the board. I had taken over that position about three and a half years ago from Chuck Christensen. So many of you know Chuck. He was one of the individuals who spearheaded this, kind of gave that direction, and I think kind of helped with acquiring the property. So But on behalf of the board of directors, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's a beautiful day. Our mission at Cumberland Healthcare has been from the beginning to be able to offer local, first-class healthcare services to our Cumberland community and surrounding areas. And this new facility, along with our new providers, Dr. Bear, Dr. Miller, Dr. Coyne, and Dr. Jennings, along with our veteran providers, Dr. Carlson and Dr. Lingen, are going to allow us to continue to do just that. So, thank you for that. Thanks to Mike, Angie, Bob, and the rest of the leadership for all of your work and dedication to this project up until this point. Also, I just want to acknowledge, because it's not just me here as the board, but we have our other board members that are here today. We have Candy Catone, Ann Hendricks, Marty Peters, Joe Lecision, Jennifer Turcott, and again, Dr. Lingen. So thank you to everyone for your work, and we're looking forward to this going forward. So now I think I'll let you, Dr. Carlson.
All right, now I asked Dr. Carlson to kind of give a keynote, and he's been involved in this project as well as other projects at Cumberland. So thank you, Dr. Carlson, for all your support on this project.
Thank you, Mike. Please feel free to come under the tent if it's getting too hot out there. I know many of us are enjoying the sun, but feel free to come under if you'd like. As Mayor Skinner alluded to, I've traveled past this cornfield many times in the 34 years I've gone to the hospital and the clinic back and forth to work. It's a beautiful view. Take a pause today and look at the trees as they're budding out, and as it looks down the pathway there. In the fall, it's equally beautiful. But usually I don't notice that. Usually I'm planning and reviewing the day. Sometimes I'm wondering what emergency awaits me in the middle of the night, and I'm wondering if the patient will be okay. And sometimes I'm just watching for deer and other critters that seem to like my truck. Generally, I escape, but a couple of fender benders have occurred over the years. Only recently have my thoughts been, this is really the future home of Cumberland Healthcare. What an opportunity and transformation for this humble cornfield. Welcome to this wonderful step in the life of Cumberland Healthcare. And thank you for sharing this special event with us, both here and those of you who are sharing it electronically. Cumberland Healthcare has, as one of our old monikers was, a tradition of caring that predates our current campus. My understanding is the original hospital was a 2-story house that served as the hospital before the current facility was built in 1956 on what was the edge of town. This building was possible because of federal funding, the Hill-Burton Act, which allowed for construction of hospitals, particularly in small towns. Our original facility included a nursing home, emergency room, surgery, obstetrics, and inpatient rooms. By today's standards, it was small. For the time, however, it was spacious and provided a significant expansion of services. By 1970, the physician's clinic, the Cumberland Medical Clinic, moved from its Main Street location to a new freestanding building on the hospital campus, another spacious expansion. During 1980, the hospital grew with a major improvement project, including a new inpatient wing with all private rooms and 2 new surgical suites, both very progressive additions for the time. Improvement of patient care and services continued. Our community reaped the health care benefits. Cooperation between Cumberland Memorial Hospital and Cumberland Medical Clinic reached a new level in the 1990s when the organizations agreed to another major remodeling project with growth by connecting the hospital and clinic 2 buildings. This allowed for a drive-through canopy, shared waiting area, and updated clinic examination rooms. You can drop the load here. No longer did patients or staffs have to brave the snow and cold when leaving the clinic to go to the hospital. Dr. Lingen didn't have to go through the snowbank to deliver a baby. Destinations for patients were less confusing when they arrived to the Cumberland Healthcare campus. This project has been a great success with improvement in services and patient satisfaction. Building upon the success, in 2013, the clinic physicians, with encouragement from the hospital board and administration, entered into a more formal business merger. We were able to obtain a rural health clinic designation within the recently established critical access hospital. Both of these government programs provided our community with additional financial support for our rural hospital. Our history is such that we have succeeded at a level which allowed us collectively to plan and design this replacement facility that we celebrate today. The original concept for a replacement complex surfaced 5 years ago, as Mike mentioned, at a long-range planning meeting between the hospital board, senior administration, and clinic physicians. It became clear to us at that time to continue our top priority of high-quality health care delivered close to home. A new replacement facility was needed. Health care has changed much since 1956, and our current facility is aging and is less efficient for 2021. So let me point out a few of the major changes. While family medicine has provided by the Cumberland Medical Clinic has always been our core patient service and continues to lead our health care, our specialists and their outreach services continue to grow. When I started in 1987, we had 3 outreach specialty physicians, each of who came once or twice a month. Today, we have 23 different outreach specialist physicians with 2 or 3 on our campus every day. They offer clinical services and surgery that otherwise would be unavailable locally. What a blessing for our Cumberland patients. EMS, or emergency medical services, have also experienced a huge advancement. Air ambulance via helicopter was rare in the 1980s, now regularly provides advanced care and transport complete with highly trained flight paramedics. Today, helicopters land directly at major trauma locations, whether a motor vehicle accident or other serious trauma. Our local EMTs likewise have advanced training, which allows for immediate care in the field, including life-saving heart shocks called defibrillation and intravenous fluids. As mentioned, our core family medicine group continues to lead the way in providing high-quality continuity of care over a broad spectrum of medical conditions. The group also provides professional leadership and consultation for most Cumberland healthcare patient care services. Our group is thriving as we have successfully recruited 4 new family physician specialists over the last 3 years. No small feat for our healthcare community. Dr. John Cochran, Dr. Tyler Miller, Dr. Kimberly Acoyne, and Dr. Craig Jennings make up this group of highly qualified, personable physicians. Senior physicians Tom Lingen and myself complete our current group of board-certified family practice physicians. We also have other healthcare workers in our community. Our nurse practitioners and physician assistants also continue the tradition of high-quality healthcare with personal attention in a variety of clinical settings. Members of our current team include Jen Merzda, Sabrina Mado, Nikki Hubner, Nick Peterson, Deb Hollingstead, Marilee LaPointe, and Jay Jevney. We thank them for their contributions to making our successful healthcare community work. General surgery, as provided by Dr. Amy Baer, our general surgeon, has also changed. General surgery is now commonly done through a laparoscope instead of an open procedure, allowing for quicker recovery with shorter stays. In the future, robotic-assisted technology may be available, and our facility will be prepared for that as well. Ancillary services have also experienced tremendous growth. For example, laboratory blood tests to measure the presence of a heart attack previously weren't even available in large urban centers, but they're now available here in Cumberland and within 20 minutes of when the blood test is drawn. Fantastic improvement to patient care. Radiology has CT, MRI, and nuclear medicine scans. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy offer care with their advanced techniques and tools. Cardiac rehab, oncology treatment, and wound care are also advanced patient care services with fantastic growth and development. This is a mere sample of the growth in scope and sophistication of Cumberland Healthcare's additional patient care services. Our groundbreaking today will encourage further growth of these advancements with our facility's contemporary, compact, and efficient design. This plan is a result of suggestions from hospital and clinic staff, collaborating with our architect, Dave Kimball, who you met today, and his team from Wendell. Our Cumberland Healthcare Building Committee incorporated the best of all of these ideas. And now, just a thumbnail sketch of our facility. The 2021 Cumberland Healthcare Campus will have a prominent daytime entrance that is bright and inviting. But we will also have a second nighttime entrance that is readily visible and accessible for after-hours emergency services and visitors. Surgical suites are the central core of our building. Clinical areas radiate from the surgical core to inpatient rooms and a full wing of inpatient, the emergency department suites, and outpatient clinic complex. Outpatient physicians, including family medicine and outreach specialists, will be in the same clinic, thus increasing efficiency and communication between providers while decreasing patient confusion on where they should be. Where is their location of their next visit? But the true essence of the physician-patient encounter will be unchanged. You with your provider in a private, pleasant environment. Food service is a whole new concept, with farm fresh food as the staple. Our goal is restaurant quality food with in-season vegetable and greens to be grown on site. After all, this has been a productive farm field. For me, many of these ideas are really exciting, but more later at our dedication in 2 years. And finally, thank you to all of our partners who made planning, design, and execution of this project possible. Thanks to the staff of Cumberland Healthcare for all your input and energy, not only towards your daily work, but this project too. While all the wonderful ideas couldn't be incorporated into the project, the enthusiasm has, and it will continue to be vital to our project construction. And thanks to our financiers, the USDA with its major loan with partners Compeer Bank, Cumberland Federal Bank, and Johnson Bank. I am proud to see all the time, planning, and money spent on Cumberland's healthcare future. It is good to see government dollars through the USDA program and regional and local banks participating in a project of this scope. We can and will bring quality, as we have in the past, to the people of our greater Cumberland community. And thank you all. So now I think Mike will proceed with the actual groundbreaking. I have to put a little footnote on this. There are 2 shovels there without helmets on them. I saved those from our last major project in 1999 when the hospital and the clinic joined, which was kind of the start of this wonderful partnership we've had. And they've been in my attic ever since till today.
Well, now for the fun part. And thanks again, everyone, not only for the dedicated staff that we have, but and providers. I mean, we really have something special here in Cumberland. But now we're going to do the shovel, which is going to be right over there. And there's groups on the back of your agenda who's going to be in the first group, second group, third group, and fourth group. So we want to get some photo ops of this event to capture it. And behind the backdrop of the shovels is kind of a picture of what the finished product's going to look like. So if you look on the back and you're in group 1, if you want to proceed over to the shovels, I'd appreciate it. Put a hard hat on and we'll get a few pictures taken. Thanks.